Hi and welcome to Travels with Travis. My name is Travis and I am traveling the world with my wife, one destination at a time. Greetings, Earthlings. Hey guys, Travis here. We are going to talk about, of course, the crown jewel of tourism, your first stop when you get to Roswell, of course, going to be the UFO Museum, right at the corner of Main and 2nd in the heart of downtown. Of course, when you park in the parking lot, you can park in the parking lot or the street. Of course, you'll be greeted on the far side of the giant mural that has the ET fingers, definitely something cool to check out. I think it says be in touch, if I remember correctly, but swing around the corner, you have two aliens you can take a picture with. There is a newspaper machine there of the Roswell Daily Record, so if you want a copy of that for your records, totally can do that as well. Of course, the other far side of the museum does have the Roswell We Believe UFO mural that most everybody takes a picture with, so you can definitely check that out, take some photos while you're there. Once you head on in the museum, you will notice that from times past, it is a lot nicer. They did do a lot of upgrades. They did refurbish the museum, which is actually really good. Because of the refurbishing, most likely the prices have changed. It used to be $5 a person, and it did go down from there based on age and military, senior, etc. It is currently $7. Alien price increase, but still a bang for your buck, not too much for a tourist attraction of this scale of the cosmos. So anyways, you head on in, you'll definitely check in at the desk. They usually ask you where you're from. They give you, well, it used to be a sticker, but the stickers ended up on all the light posts in town, so now they give you a wristband just to be a little less intrusive on the rest of the town. So you do head in. There is a board where you can mark where you're from. If you're from somewhere exotic, like, I don't know, the Netherlands, definitely put a pin in there. When you come around the corner, you can take a picture with the alien by the crash site there. Definitely a lot of fun. Now, once you head on in, you're gonna see basically a lot of information. It's just gonna be a wall of information. It's newspaper clippings, articles, affidavits, testimonies. It's definitely gonna be in order from the night of the crash and all the events leading up afterwards. So you're gonna see a whole bunch of plaques, video monitors. You can definitely check all those out, give all the information you need to about the crash and the subsequent events. So definitely a big history lesson when you come on in. After that, you take a little bit different of a turn. You're gonna have a huge section that's just gonna be dedicated to all the movies that were Alien. So you're definitely gonna see, and actually this one's on the other side, but you're gonna see like I believe Men in Black, Fire in the Sky, E.T., War of the Worlds, talk about this stuff. You are gonna have a giant display of, I believe, Gort from The Day the Earth Stood Still. Definitely very popular. Everybody likes to check out that. Of course, against the back wall, you do have your two bathrooms. So if you need to use them there, because Roswell is awful with public bathrooms. Just warning you in advance. Of course, next to the bathrooms, you have your big display that has the alien on the autopsy table. So everybody takes a picture of that. It's just a necessity. You're going to Roswell, for crying out loud. Now, of course, right there, dead center of the museum, you do have the giant display of the 4 aliens landing on Earth. You have the UFO. I believe every half hour it does spin and light up and release fog. Definitely something you want to wait and check out for. They put a seat right there, so that way you can have a front row seat while you're checking it out. As, of course, you swing around the rest of the way, you do have a display that talks about ancient aliens, I guess you could say. Aliens. Some information on that, and then you do have a whole display that is about, I guess I would say, different classifications of alien encounters. You have close encounters of the first, second, third, and fourth kind. Of course, You know, you probably should be familiar with these terms if you've watched Steven Spielberg's magnum opus, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or if you like a little alien horror, Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind, which I thought was totally based on a real story, but apparently not so much. So anyways, you definitely want to stick around for the big display when it spins around and gets all there. Now this is where the museum has been more updated. There is a wall that has a bunch of display screens, and it's about exploring the cosmos, and you can definitely play around with those. On the opposite side of the wall, you do have the actually really cool alien art. It just goes across the entire wall. I don't know if it's all local art or just other artists who've come into Roswell and given these paintings here, but it's definitely a lot of cool art you definitely want to check out. Another new thing they added is the stem. So you do go inside, it has a huge ship display, a big screen, and it's definitely go in there, you hit a button, and it just has a little sequence, you know, as if you're in an alien ship headed towards Earth, what attracted them to Earth. Everybody says it's the nuclear or the bomb explosions that were going on at the White Sands testing range at the time that drew them in. Ooh.
Massive nuclear event detected. Proceed with caution.
It was July 1945 when the U.S. Army conducted the first detonation of a nuclear weapon at the trip.
So that is definitely really cool, and it has the little black light room, says where will STEM take you. Definitely can take some cool photos in there. Of course, as you swing around, you do come to the exit. It is not super long. Now, you can spend a lot of time here if, of course, you're highly interested. You want to read all the plaques and go over everything. I do warn in advance. I did tell people that, you know, there is a lot of reading. So they did, of course, add some fun things to make it more attractive to children, because before there was some issues with children not wanting to sit there and read all the history plaques. Totally understandable. As you do exit, there is like a little photo booth, and they did add in some screens there that do have like some mini games and stuff on it, so they can definitely check those out if you have little kids. Of course, when you swing around there, you will see the gift shop. It is very extensive. They do got a lot of stuff there. Of course, there's a lot of gift shops around town, so don't spend all your money in one place. That is my advice to you. Definitely want to check out some of the other gift shops before making any final decisions. I know it's tempting. You're in the museum, you spent some time there. It's the museum, but you definitely want to like check out everything. Everything's really just in walking distance, so definitely check out some of the other gift shops around before making a final decision. That is my recommendation. And then, of course, if you go to the opposite side of the museum, you do have the research wing and library. And you could spend forever in here. There's just books and articles and everything you can imagine there that just fills the entire wing. Just has all kinds of information on UFO sightings, UFO encounters, anything UFO you ever wanted to know. It's going to be in this research library. They do all kinds of things there, like during the festival that is about to come up. Of course, they do, you know, they have researchers come in. I even went in there and saw Travis Walton, of course, who got abducted in Snowflake, Arizona. Listen to him give his testimony. Of course, you have a lot of UFOologists and stuff that come in there and do events. Sometimes throughout the year, but it's usually around the festival time. They do that in that part of the museum. So anyways, that's just kind of a quick review of the museum, a little tour, kind of get you know what you're gonna expect, or let you know what you're gonna expect when you head on in and you're stopping through Roswell in your spaceship. Just make sure you don't crash, that's the most important thing. Now, another little fun thing I wanted to go over, so historically, I hate to say, I have to be honest, historically the museum hasn't always been the most popular tourist attraction on Earth. Gonna kind of check out some of the reviews that were less than stellar, no pun intended. So like I said, the museum has updated a lot. They've definitely cleaned some things up and made it look more professional, but I wanted to read off, just for laughs, some of the old reviews that came up that I looked at on Yelp, and they were pretty funny. So we're just gonna look at a couple of them and laugh together. So these are some of the funny Yelp reviews that I've run into as I've just looked at it for fun over the years. I'm gonna be looking down at it, but I will have it up on the screen for you so you can read along. This one was pretty funny. It says, the entire museum has the presentation and quality of a middle school science fair. The majority of exhibits are old newspaper articles that have been Xeroxed many times, hung in frames on pegboard walls. At $5 entry fee, it is just amusing enough to be worth it, but the pity the tourists who travel all the way to Southeast New Mexico for this slideshow attraction. A visit to this museum costs $5, and for that sum you get to walk around what appears to be a junior high school science fair in a school gym. Pegboard displays covered with Xerox copies of old reports and newspaper articles make up 70% of the attraction. Save your money, stay home, and watch classic sci-fi movies online. You'll get more out of it. Jerry J didn't have a blast, did he? The gift shop was more interesting than the actual museum itself. Expected way more out of this museum since it's very hyped in Roswell and Carlsbad. They should not charge for the 3-minute walkthrough. Okay, Mike M says, biggest waste of time on our trip. It's cheap, $5 for adults, and the kids get to take pictures next to some 1960s life-size model of aliens. The rest of the museum is cubicles filled with news articles and pictures. If you came in here believing in UFOs, you may leave not believing in UFOs. Seriously, most of the stuff I read makes me think the Roswell incident was a not so elaborate hoax. Those are just kind of the funny ones that I had bumped into. There was one more, I was like, I paid $5 for every minute I spent in the museum. Now, like I said, the museum has definitely gotten better over the years. Some of these are pretty old. People can be very critical. The thing is, there is no tangible evidence of the Roswell crash. There's no debris. We don't have like alien bodies or alien ray guns or something in there. So everything has to be kind of speculation. It really is just an informational session. When you go in, you're reading all the articles and all the affidavits and all the accounts and witnesses things. And then, of course, you have other UFO information from over the years. I do understand what these people are saying. I did not see the museum at that time, but I did see it a few years ago before they had done their updates. You know, they did update the quality of the displays to make it look less 7th grade science fairy, more, less pegboards, more actual walls, more displays. And it's one of those things where they started it in the 90s. It takes a lot of time to get the money to be able to make sure everything's upgraded and looking good. A lot of people kind of criticize the alien statues, but it's like, what do you expect? I mean, they're just stuffed alien statues. Like, what do you expect? Like the highest quality Hollywood alien displays. Obviously these things cost money, and it is just a small business. Of course, it is this biggest business in Roswell, but I understand they have done a really good job at updating it. They made sure everything looks more professional and clean and nice. They added some fun things for the kids. It's not totally unworth it. If you're in Roswell, definitely recommend checking it out. But just kind of wanted to give you all an update on what it's like before you make your way all the way out to Roswell, so you can know what to expect, know what the cost is, know what the layout of the museum's gonna be. So anyways, I appreciate you guys checking in. Please like and subscribe so that way you can keep traveling with me, Travis. And of course, now I live in Tucson, Arizona, so everything I do from here on out is gonna be Tucson related or Arizona related. Definitely keep up with me on that, and keep up with me on my Instagram, which is Travis Fox Photography, where I put all my photography. So anyways, guys, hope you believe in aliens. Do you believe that they crashed in Roswell? Let me know in the comments below if you think it was aliens, or you're just like, nah, this is just total government propaganda to keep us distracted from the real thing. Reptilians. We'll see you next time.